Hey everyone, welcome back to Easylish, the podcast where learning English feels easy, fun, and part of your real life. I'm Mia.
And I'm Tom. Today's topic is one of my favorites because it's something every learner thinks they understand until we really talk about it. Consistency.
Right, Tom? Let's start with a question. Would you brush your teeth once a year for 5 hours straight? Of course not, right?
Yeah, you brush them every single day just for a couple of minutes. Not too long, not too hard. But you do it again and again and again.
And that's exactly how learning English works. You don't need to spend 5 hours studying in one day. What really helps is spending a few focused minutes every day. That's the real meaning of consistent practice.
Let's unpack that word. Consistent. It means doing something repeatedly, over and over, every day.
Not just when you're in a good mood or when you have extra time. You show up regularly, no excuses. That steady rhythm is what makes progress feel natural.
So, in today's episode, we're going to explore how daily, consistent practice can completely reshape the way you speak English. Ready to dive in?
Let's do it. So, why does this consistency thing even matter?
Reason number one, your brain learns through repetition. It needs to see and hear the same patterns many times before they stick.
When you hear a sentence several times, your brain starts to recognize it automatically. That's when English begins to flow naturally.
Exactly. Reason number two, practice makes things automatic. In the beginning, speaking feels slow and mechanical. You stop, think, translate, and maybe get frustrated.
But if you practice a little every day, your mouth gets used to moving in English. Words start coming out faster, smoother, and you suddenly feel a new sense of freedom.
And reason number three, confidence. Every bit of practice builds belief in yourself. You start trusting your own voice.
You stop being afraid to make mistakes. You actually try because you realize that every try counts. Step by step, your confidence grows.
So let's lock this in. Doing a little bit every day beats doing a lot once in a while. That's the magic of consistency. It's how real transformation happens. Not in one big leap, but in hundreds of small daily steps.
Exactly. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can create visible progress.
And that brings up a question I get all the time. Okay, Tom, what should I actually do in those 15 minutes?
We've got you covered. Here are 5 simple things you can choose from, and you don't have to do all of them at once.
First, listening. It's one of the most powerful ways to train your brain. Listen to a short podcast or an audio clip made for English learners.
It could be a story, a mini talk, or even a simple conversation. You don't need to understand every word. Just focus on catching phrases or familiar sounds.
And you can do this anywhere while walking, cleaning, or making your morning tea.
Second, shadowing. That means listening to a short sentence and repeating it at the same time, like an echo.
You copy the speaker's voice, rhythm, and tone. It might sound funny at first, but it's one of the fastest ways to improve pronunciation and fluency.
We actually have a few Easylish episodes made for shadowing practice, so check those out later. Start small, one sentence at a time.
For example, I'm going to the shop. Ready? Say it with me. I'm going to the shop. Perfect. Do that a few times and soon it'll feel effortless.
Third, reading. Grab a short story or a quick news article. Keep it simple. Read slowly, enjoy it.
When you see a new word, try to guess its meaning from the context. If it's still tricky, look it up. But don't stop too often. Let the story flow.
Reading helps you notice patterns, new vocabulary, and sentence structures naturally.
Fourth, writing. Don't worry, you don't need to write an essay. Just one short paragraph, maybe 3 to 5 sentences.
You can write about your day or your plans. What did I do today? Or what will I do tomorrow? That's enough to practice grammar and self expression.
Like, today I went to the park. I met a friend. We had coffee. The sun was shining. Simple but powerful.
And finally, number 5, talk to yourself. Yep, out loud.
I do that all the time, actually. It's great practice. You can describe what you're doing in real time. I'm making breakfast. I'm putting on my shoes. I'm heading to work.
Nobody needs to hear you, but your brain does. It helps you think directly in English instead of translating.
So imagine this. Today you listen to a podcast, read a short story, write a few sentences, maybe talk to yourself a bit. What happens next?
You don't suddenly sound like a native speaker, of course, but something important starts happening inside you. Your brain begins to adjust.
Exactly. After just one day of practice, you already feel the spark of happiness and pride.
You know that moment when you finish studying, even for just a few minutes, and you feel like, yeah, I actually did something today.
Maybe you picked up one new word, or suddenly understood a sentence that used to confuse you. It might seem small, but it's real progress, the kind that sticks.
Let's say you hear someone say, "How's it going?" And now you remember, oh, that means, "How are you?" It's just one tiny step forward, but it's a step nonetheless.
And if you keep doing that every day, the results start adding up. After 1 week, 7 days of listening, reading, writing, and speaking, something starts to shift.
Your brain begins to relax into English. You remember more words naturally, and you stop translating everything in your head. It doesn't happen overnight, but you start to notice it.
You even begin to guess meanings from context. And most of the time, you're right. Sometimes you'll guess wrong, but that's totally fine.
For example, you read, "I'm heading to the store." You've never studied that phrase before, but you understand from the situation. It means, "I'm going to the store." That's real progress, right there.
Now imagine a full month of daily practice. Your brain gets used to English. It starts to feel familiar, almost comfortable.
You know more words. You speak a bit faster. You don't grab your dictionary every 5 minutes. That's what true learning looks like: slow, steady, and solid.
Of course, in the beginning, it's totally normal to feel shy or nervous about making mistakes. Everyone does.
But every time you speak or write, even just a little, that fear fades. You start thinking, I can do this. I'm learning. I'm not perfect, but I'm getting better. And that is what confidence really means.
Confidence isn't something that appears overnight. It grows quietly, like a small plant. But if you keep watering it, it'll keep growing.
So let's talk about a few simple things that can help you stay consistent. Small tricks to make your daily practice easier and more enjoyable.
First tip, use a calendar or checklist. Make a simple chart with the days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and write down what you practiced each day.
Like, I listened to a podcast, I read a story, I shadowed a sentence. When you see those check marks pile up, it feels great. You feel proud, and that pride motivates you to keep going.
Second, set a timer. Sometimes we think, I don't have time today. But let's be honest, we all have 10 minutes.
Exactly. Set a timer on your phone and tell yourself, I'll practice for just 10 minutes. When the timer rings, you can stop. Or if you're in the flow, you can keep going. Either way, you win.
Third, pick the same time each day. Routine is powerful.
Maybe you practice in the morning while having coffee, or before bed, or during your commute. When you do it at the same time every day, it becomes a habit, just like brushing your teeth.
And now for the final and maybe most important tip, make your practice fun. Don't torture yourself with boring materials.
If you love cooking, read recipes in English. If you like traveling, watch a short travel vlog. If music makes you happy, sing along to an English song. Enjoy it.
Also, make sure your tools are ready. Save your favorite podcast, keep a short story open, have your notebook nearby. When everything's easy to access, it's easier to start.
Think of consistency like planting a tree. You water it every day, even when you don't see results right away.
But one day, you look up, and it's grown strong and tall. That's your English. That's your progress.
So don't stop. Keep going, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself.
You've got this. We believe in you.
I'm Mia,
And I'm Tom.
and this is Easylish, where your daily English practice turns into real change. See you next time.